Peter Franklin is the Gabby Cabby in New York City, and here he is. Good morning, Peter. Good morning.
Good morning, live from the streets of New York City.
So I want to start by both LaGuardia and JFK have become two real what, according to your
They're hellholes. They're terrible.
Hellholes.
I mean, what I'm doing now is probably the worst possible thing because, maybe it's going to hurt the tourism business, although I doubt it. Plus the fact most of your listeners coming to New York City would drive down, would take the train, so you're not going to really get involved at the airports. But they've just deteriorated something absolutely terrible to get your baggage, to get out of the airport and everything. Newark is okay. Newark is one of our three airports, even though it's in New Jersey.
Sure.
But LaGuardia and JFK are bad, so stay away from them.
Because I got to tell you, while we would not go to JFK or LaGuardia to go to New York City, most likely, if you're traveling, a lot of times we have to fly into JFK or LaGuardia to connect. So what's so bad? What is bad?
Both airports are in the midst of unbelievable construction that's been going on for years and years and years. So if you were to, let's say, drive your car into either of those two airports, lots of luck in finding even, long-term parking or anything like that. And then they've got a lot of ginchy, I don't know if that's a real word, characters that hang around the airports. It's become, like a depot for seedy-type people. Or if you're landing at the airport, they have these unauthorized, and I'm not saying this because it's my industry, but you have these unauthorized people who come up to you and say, want to ride to Manhattan, want to ride to Manhattan. The worst possible thing you can do. You get if you are going to do it, do a yellow cab. Well, for that matter, call me. I'll come get you.
How about
it's just terribly discouraging.
When people do come to New York, do you suggest that they use the subway system?
No, not really.
No.
I mean, as far as that, I can do that, and you probably can do it because you've been here a few times. But it's kind of complicated. When you land at Kennedy or you land at LaGuardia, the only way you can really come in is by taking a taxi, and that's an authorized taxi licensed by the city of New York. It's not some guy coming up to you in the terminal. But anyway, generally speaking, if anybody has any questions, send me an email. I am certainly accessible, peter@gabby.com. No charge for the advice.
What they should do is just take your tour, and that'd be the way to...
That's very nice of you. You escalated it one higher level
I almost wonder, could they start their tour and say, all right, we're going to do a tour of the city. We're going to use you, Peter, but we want to start at LaGuardia. What would happen if they asked for that?
Oh, no, that happens lots of times. I have people that come in. I pick them up at LaGuardia. I give them the tour. And strangely enough, I'll take them back to LaGuardia at the end of the day, or even at Kennedy Airport.
And off they go. Yeah. Okay, how about the sedated elephant on the way to the zoo?
Isn't that a great picture?
Yeah, that is quite the photo.
I mean, when I first saw it, I thought the elephant's dead.
Yeah.
Or they're doing it for the tusks or something. No, it's just sedated, and it's going to be a new elephant at the Bronx Zoo. And it's just another reason, as harsh as I am with LaGuardia and as harsh as I am with Kennedy, Bronx Zoo is a completely different story. If you're coming to New York City, you come to the Bronx Zoo. It's just fantastic.
It must be the way, like with a cat, the mother cat will lift the cat from the neck skin, right? So when you lift a cat up, I didn't know that's how you lift an elephant up. I mean, it is sedated, but they're lifting it up by the feet. How else are you going to do it? Right?
With like a crane.
Well, I indirectly own an elephant or two.
You actually, is it through a donation service?
The reason for that is that I think I've mentioned this to you before. My wife comes from Sri Lanka. The family is in the rubber business, in case anybody needs any rubber.
All right.
And they have elephants. So I guess by marriage, I have elephants.
Very nice. And
is that how you make rubber?
Out of elephants? No. You grow it on a rubber tree, you tap it, and then it's turned into sheets of rubber. Now, the elephant is used, and still used. I mean, even today with all your tractors and things like that.
Yeah.
If you want to move a log or you want to move something around, you move it by an elephant.
Move it by an elephant.
As a matter of fact, that's going to be my next tour. If somebody would like to go to Sri Lanka, I'll take them there and give them a tour. I can ride one of my elephants.
I want to talk about the restaurant in Midtown that is serving up a version of an Italian classic for $100, which is what? Explain what they're doing there.
It's a gimmick. I mean,
it's
the
National
competition
Meatball
in
Day.
New York City is so unbelievable among the restaurants that everybody's looking for a gimmick. So their gimmick is that they're going to sell a meatball at $100. So the average normal person will say, well, so what is that going to do for me? Believe it or not, with 600,000 people in New York City classified as millionaires, there's going to be a line. Okay, people are going to get online to buy a meatball for $100.
Right.
Now, what I would advise, because, again, I can talk from personal experience, if they want to have something good to eat, they should go to your house. See?
That's right.
I can, because you made me.
And you've been, and we had pasta. Yeah.
Right. So that's my call. See, all this time people are wondering, why in the world is he calling this guy in New York? Well, because I
feed him.
Your house
it is the requirement is we have to feed you. By the way, those meatballs are made with Kobe beef, right? That's what makes them supposedly.
Of course, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Right.
How about the? I saw a picture of this. It was the garbage truck fire. Did you see? Did you see that in Midtown?
Yeah, and what was it? I mean, you can always imagine what people must throw into these trucks and everything. And the truck was there, and the men were doing whatever they're doing, and all of a sudden the whole truck burst into flames. So it's almost like a Woody Allen comic routine, because thank goodness nobody got hurt. But if our garbage trucks, and we have hundreds of them, maybe thousands of them, are going to start bursting into flames, sort of like some kind of spontaneous combustion from a Superman magazine.
Kind of wonder, they'll always say don't throw a cigarette into the garbage can or something like that. I kind of wonder what caused it. And then one more I know that Chase Bank, one of the credit card companies got in trouble. That was announced yesterday. They're going to be refunding fees because of, I don't know, they overcharged people over the last 5 years. But how about the story of Chase Bank, the website that gave? So if you got on the website, you might have access to somebody else's account. Did you see that one?
Yeah, what people were doing were putting in their user ID, and they were putting in their password, and then all of a sudden somebody else's account comes up. And now if you're a regular, normal, good guy, well, it doesn't mean anything really. If you're a bad guy, it's giving you unbelievable information. And yet, you think about this for a moment. Just go and try and cash a check at a bank. Go ahead.
Right, yeah. Not easy to do these days. If you don't have an account there, it's pretty tough to get a check cashed.
Oh, yeah. All right. What was your last deposit, please? I don't know what my last deposit was.
I have no idea. They want 2 or 3 of them. I'm like, I don't know. There was something, you don't know the numbers.
Not many deposits.
Exact cents. All
right, Peter. The reason I'm mentioning it about the Chase is because they're not.
Right.
So I'm being ordinary.
Very nice, Peter. Peter Franklin, the Gabby Cabby, best tour in New York City. You can check it out by going to his website at Gabby.com. Peter, as always, thank you. We'll talk again next week.
You got it, sweetheart.
Gabby Cabby, Peter Franklin.